Hi everyone, it's Millie here. I thought I'd just show you a little demonstration on how to do a wedding bouquet. We're coming back into wedding season because restrictions are opening up. So we're starting to get a beautiful lot of imported roses through lots of amazing Australian product as well. So we're going to showcase some of that here today. I thought I'd just do something that's really simple, very classical, a little bit whimsical, and let's see how it turns out. The foliages that I've decided to go with today, and I always love this one because it's almost so velvety, it's this cypress, and that's a locally grown product, and it gives you a beautiful nice fall and shape, and it also has that beautiful icy green. It's almost not a sharp green, so I really love that, using that in a bouquet. I'm also using, which is in season at the moment, the Buddy Andromeda. That's coming out of Victoria at the moment and it's looking really beautiful. It gives you lots of different shapes and textures in that, and I love a lot of texture and shape in a bouquet. I'm going to use some beautifully locally grown some gum, which is quite beautiful. Also going to set off some of the colours, working with a couple of different tones of green. I've got some crocea. Not sure how I'm going to work this into the bouquet yet, but that's beautiful. I love the crocea just for the shape and the dynamics of the sticks that come through it. And it's nice and little, it's not like a large stick to use. And then of course I've just got some roses that we're going to play with. So first of all, we're making a bouquet. You keep your hand nice and loose, and you just work out how your foliage is going to sit in the bouquet. Just start placing the foliages around, just to start to make a beautiful little nest in the middle. Just work out what foliages work and what shapes. Everything will have a shape. Nothing is perfect. It's not a nuts and bolts factory. So everything in Mother Nature will throw an angle. So that's what you've got to work with in your hand. So while keeping your hand nice and loose, like I've only just, not even pinching it there. Later I'll pinch it when I want everything to do what they're told. But at the moment, we're just going to make that nest in the middle. Use some of this gum. This one I prepared earlier because they come in massive bunches. Now to get the whimsical look, you really don't need anything that's too structured, and you don't want it all sitting at the same level. So you need to build up and down your foliages, down low, and you're just still making that nest around. I'm going to keep some of these smaller ones to work out what to do with them later. I'll get the more clumpy ones for the middle in the nest. When I do it, I normally just put it in on an angle. And as I turn the bouquet around, it should make a circular so all the sticks are sticking out the right way. So that's starting to come out nicely. We'll put a little bit more of this beautiful conifer through. And this is really beautiful for buttonholes and everything. So you can really use that in all aspects of your wedding. A lot of last year's weddings used a lot of the Italian ruscas, which is fantastic because it's really quite flowy and beautiful. But this year we're deciding to support a lot of Australian growers and things like that. So we're going to showcase a lot more of the Australian greenery and things that you can do with it. So this one here, I'm going to start making it a little bit more woolly, well, wild and woolly, you know, and just keep turning that around. So we're starting to make a little shape there. I've got little pops of matricaria that I'm going to pop through later just to give it a little bit of difference. And then I'm going to start working in with your roses. Now all import roses, they come in a cardboard pack. So around the bottom of them, you'll have a little bit of discoloration and bruising. That's very normal for an import rose. So when you're picking a wedding rose, you would normally find a rose that has a bigger petal count. So you can discard the outside petals, and it doesn't matter too much because it doesn't look like a naked little pimply rose. So there's another one there that's just come out of the packaging. All you do to peel back a rose is just take it down and clip it off at the bottom. I don't like taking too much of the traveller petal off because normally that's the first growth of the rose. So it normally has some beautiful shades of colours through there. That one there's got the burgundy on the tip and it's got little green coming through. So to completely have a perfect rose, I'm not a fan of. I like having a little bit of what it looked like in real life on there as well. So everything doesn't have to be immaculate in my eyes. So then we're just going to place them at different levels and start building up a bouquet. I've got some of these roses here that I've reflexed earlier. And because my hand is really loose in the middle, you can just feed that through. Sometimes you'll get a snag and then you just keep going at it until you get it through there. Just move your bouquet around in your hand and then find holes where you're needing those roses. Looking good. These ones here are the preserved roses. Now we're going to try those in the bouquet and see what you think. They look so real that we think that they're a fantastic substitute this year for a quicksand rose. So that's beautiful. That's the tones of that's the Playa Blanca rose there, and that's the little substitute for Playa Blanca in the preserved. So it really goes to show that you can use those preserved roses in these wedding bouquets, and you would not be able to tell the difference between a preserved and a real, which is fantastic. Now in my hand you can see that it's all like a spiral going around because I've been placing it on a diagonal as my hands go around. So that will help the bouquet sit properly. And like everything else, every bouquet I make will never look the same. So no matter what you're going to do, it's not going to look like what I'm going to do or what your teacher's going to do or whatever, anything that you ever practice on is ever going to work out exactly the same. So just go with it, don't panic, don't fuss with it too much. Now I'm going to use some of this crocea. This one here is coming out of Victoria as well. It's a fantastic product. I just love the little silvery bobbly leaves on it. I'm just going to layer that through. You can see how that just gives it a little bit more texture, and it's just beautiful. I'm undecided about these sky here yet. Just so it's not just a boring old rose bouquet, we're going to pop a few beautiful little button matricaria through. I wouldn't want to put the crocea all the way around the bouquet. There's got to be a point where your bride's going to be needing to hold that bouquet, and it's going to be up against her body. She's going to be able to need to move it and do different angles on it. So having just a little bit of crocea out the front is very cool. And then you can use maybe just to the side, but leave the back. I would leave the back just as it is. So it's a really functional bouquet. So see how that's starting to come along in there. You've got the different heights, the different angles. Just feels like you've gone out and plucked it out of your garden. So I'm going to use a last little bit of gum, and I'm just going to clean up and make sure that all the little bits. So when you're looking at the bouquet, you're not looking at stem. The ribbon will start from here, so you've got the bouquet to the point where the ribbon is, and then you go from there. So I'll just clean that off. So what I'll do now, when you're cutting the length of a bouquet, you'll probably have your hand's length here, and then you're going to have about the same hand's length under it again. So I'll just clean that up. Then we get the parafilm. I'm just going to wrap that up now. Even if you had a cable tie, you'd cable tie that bouquet to start with. I don't have one on hand, so I'm just going to parafilm it round and round. Cable tie is a really good tool to use in making wedding bouquets if you're needing things just to stay in place. And you zip it off and then you cover it with parafilm so you get rid of all your workings. So what we've got there is the nice little bouquet. I will just give it a clean up here and there. So to me that's a really nice, simple, gorgeous bouquet. If you had a beautiful silk mushroomy ribbon, that would look amazing. It's flowing down, that would look so nice. Having the beautiful Andromeda there, it's got that beautiful peach through the bud. Remember, not everything has to be perfect. As long as you keep building on it and you just putting things in the holes and making sure that that works, those bouquets will always turn out beautiful. In that we've got 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 roses in total in that bouquet. 2 of those are the preserved roses. The rest are completely fresh, and that's fantastic because those preserved roses are going to be fantastic this season. So I'm going to leave that with you today. I hope you enjoyed that, and we're looking forward to having wedding season because so many amazing florists and talented people out there, events planners, are really looking forward to getting their hands back in being creative. So good luck for this wedding season. We hope you have a fantastic one. Here at Flowerhub we will have cool rooms full of flowers, so if you're ever needing anything, please jump on and grab it and we'll send it straight out to you. Thanks for watching.